Hey everyone, I'm Matt.
Hi, I'm Desiree.
And we're bringing you this week's Rising Tide West Coast Swing Guide.
Happy New Year! We're so excited to be back with you for a great new year of guides. And this week on the guide, we're kicking off a new series. So we thought, what better way to send out the old year and start the new than a series where we talk about send outs to starter steps. So we're not going to be covering the basic starter step and how to do that. Unless you want later guides to do that, let us know in the comments. But we will be showing you a variety of send outs once you get through the starter step to jazz that up so you feel like you're not just leading or following the same thing every single dance. So we'll take you through a few weeks of different send outs, starting with the most simple and moving up to something more advanced. This week we're going to be doing a starter step send out with a close, push, break. We'll show you how now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Leaders, there's really a couple of key points here distinguishing the push break from closed versus a push break from open. First off, we need to get out of the slot. If I don't get out of the slot, this feels a little bit too uncomfortably closed for a push break. So I want to make sure I'm using those first two steps to get out of the way. I'm also opening up a little bit towards my audience. This is just to give the followers a little bit more space to feel comfortable with their compression. From here, I also need to make sure that I'm not signaling a pass. The way that I'm doing that is I'm starting to initiate a little bit of compression here on count 2. You'll also notice my second step is backwards. If I'm doing a left side pass, I'm mostly getting out of the way and letting Desiree pass me a little bit by count 2. Versus this closed push break, I'm making sure that I'm staying out in front. From here, 3 and 4, I'm tripling, 3 and 4. I release the right hand off of the follower's back. 5 and 6 is my regular anchor.
A couple of tips for followers on this. We get into the closed position and we get our starter step underway. So we completed our starter step and now we're waiting for the send out from that starter. One thing we want to do is make sure we are always staying in the leader's lead. Just because it looks like it could be a pass doesn't mean it is. My leader is signaling just as much with the connection here physically as with the visual. So I might see this opening the leader creates simply to give me room to compress. And I don't want to make a beeline down for that slot. Instead, I want to feel that my leader is actually taken 2 steps way down with me. My leader is not asking me to go past. So I want to make sure I don't jump out of that connection and seek a different movement, but really stay into this compression, allowing the leader to keep that hand in a closed position on my back at all times. The final thing, and this is really helpful with the first tip, is to manage my own frame, my own upper body connection to the leader. And one trick I do for that in order to maintain compression on both sides of the body is I use this left side of the body, almost expand it like a balloon, creating a little bit of compression on the bicep of my leader on the left side, as well as, of course, using my right side to create compression. So what that looks like is 1, 2, compress on both sides, so it's a nice even compression into this push break from closed.
Showing this whole thing from the other side, starting with our starter step. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. That was your guide. Thank you everyone for tuning in. You can check us out online at mattdavisswing.com. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter as Rising Tide Swing Dance Studio.
Bye!